With the coming of autumn, the farmers in the fields around Caribou County are looking forward to the harvest, a time when they reap the benefits of all the hard work they've put in over the summer. At the same time, the coaches and athletes of Soda Springs, Grace, and North Gem are looking for a harvest of their own. On this field, though, it's a different kind of bounty. Instead of rows of corn and potatoes, they look for hash marks and goal lines. While the farmers are cutting grain, defenses on this turf look to cut down quarterbacks. As ranchers survey their herds, coaches pace the sidelines, looking to improve their own stock for the ultimate goal of a state championship. Yes, with the coming of the fall also comes the drive for a new push to the peak of performance. It's football season, and you're tuned in to your home for Caribou County's best on KBRV 800 The Bear. Athletics on KBRV are brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
The countdown is on and the Reapers are ready. It's time for Caribou County football with the voice of the Cardinals, Grizzlies, and Cowboys, Caleb Burgraff, on your radio home for the best high school football coverage in southeastern Idaho. KBRV 800 The Bear and online at MyLocalRadio.com.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, out to another edition of Cardinal Athletics as the Soda Springs Cardinals are looking to celebrate their seniors and look to send them off with a victory tonight against the Bear Lake Bears. It should be a fun contest, and we have plenty to get to on our pregame show. It's senior night, as I said. The football team and the cross-country team are going to be celebrating their seniors here tonight, and we will be bringing you all of that action. We'll also be bringing you an interview with the class of 1970 as Alan Erickson will be joining us on the pregame show, as well as a sit-down chat with Coach Cliff Garbett and Coach Ryan Messerly of the Bear Lake Bears and the Soda Springs Cardinals. A lot to come up on the pregame show, and we're happy you're here to join us through it on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at MyLocalRadio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
K-Slot fever has taken over Lalaton's in Soda Springs for October 6th through the 12th. Right now, you can swing in and grab yourself a case of 24 cans of Western Family vegetables or beans for $12. A case of 24 boxes of macaroni and cheese is $6.96. Select varieties of Western Family 64-ounce juices are $8 for $12. And a 6-pack of Western Family 64-ounce creamy or chunky peanut butter is just $38.94. Those are just some of your K-Slot specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college.
There's the library.
But she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they have taken the field over on the right side of the field as the sun is beginning to cast some long shadows at Archer Field and playing with the grass down below us on the gridiron as the Cardinals get set to take on the Bear Lake Bears. We have plenty to come in our pregame show, and right now it's time to take a look at where are they now, and we're going to sit down and talk with Alan Erickson, who is a member of the class of 1970 from Soda Springs High School. He joins us on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff joined with our Where Are They Now interview today, and it's from the class of 1970 with Alan Erickson. And Alan, the first thing I have to say is thank you so much for doing this interview with me.
You know, it's not a problem. I'm glad to come in and share some time with you and share some of my experiences that I had through high school and the things that I experience now as a coach.
Class of 1970, 45 years ago almost at this point in time. First thing, are you getting ready for the 50-year reunion? Is there going to be a 50-year reunion?
I hope there will be. We were supposed to have a 45-year one here this last summer, but that didn't happen, so maybe we can get together with some of my classmates and make that happen for 50-year ones.
What was Soda Springs like when you were growing up? I mean, the 1970s compared to 2000s, it's got to be a little bit of a difference. What was the town and the community like?
It was way different back then. Now, you know, we have all the truck traffic that goes through Soda. Back in 1970, that was not the case, you know, so it was a pretty quiet place. Great place to grow up. As a kid, we spent summers playing baseball, like Sandlot, the movie Sandlot. That was a lot like it was here. I can remember playing baseball almost every day in the summertime. And as the football season come around, you'd play football. You could get your bike and you could ride up to Ledge Creek and fish all day. And your mom wasn't concerned with you being gone all day because, you know, Soda was a small community, much like it is now, but you didn't have the traffic going through here that we have now. You could get up in the morning, get on your bike, take your fishing pole and be gone all day, and your mom would never really worry as long as you was home for dinner. It was a fun place to grow up. You know, we spent lots of times, we'd have our parents take us out by the Bear River going up towards 8 Mile, and we'd just camp out overnight, and then they'd come and get us the next day. You know, it was a great place. It's still a great place to grow up. That's why I really wanted to come back and raise my family here, because I just thought it was a great community.
When you look at back in your high school days, you also played football and did a little bit of track when you were there. What got you interested in those sports? And I know you're still coaching track, so was that the sport that really caught your eye when you were playing sports?
Like I said, when we were growing up, we would play baseball all summer long, and whatever sport was in season, that's what you would go and do. And, you know, we had Little League basketball. We didn't have football. I didn't get to participate in football until I got in high school. But all the kids that I grew up were all jocks. You know, they all liked to play, you know, so you was always playing some kind of sport. Even as a young kid, we would go get the bamboo poles that they would roll carpet on, and that's where my pole vaulting career started. I was in the backyard vaulting on bamboo poles and digging holes in my dad's yard, so we'd have a plant box and taking an old mattress out to jump on, and you'd jump on that bamboo pole until the thing was so splintered up you couldn't do it anymore. But that's kind of where my career in pole vaulting started. But I just love all sports. I was just a sports guy. You know, I was dreamed, you know, you watch on TV. The pole vaulter at that time that caught my interest was a pole vaulter at Southern Cal. His name was Bob Seagram, you know, and I just thought that was such a cool sport that's where it caught my eye there. And, you know, as far as track goes, I was good at it because I was a pretty fast kid and, you know, got to go to state, got to experience some state championships.
After high school, you went on your mission, or you went to college for a year, and then you went on your mission over to the East Coast. What was it like for a small kid in the West to move out and do a mission over in the big city in New York and around that area?
Probably the best word I could describe that, it was just absolutely terrifying. Here I was when I got on that plane in Salt Lake City and started flying. We flew over Chicago, and the pilot pointed down to that big city, Chicago, and I'd never seen so many buildings in one place. I'd been to Los Angeles, family had gone to Disneyland, so I'd been there, but, you know, you drive into there, and it's just different when you fly into these places. When we flew into New York City, and then they picked us up and drove us to where the mission home, and the mission home was on Fifth Avenue in New York City, right across from Central Park, and it was just, I'd never seen so many people in my entire life in one place. They had as many people living in one apartment building as we had in the whole town of Soda Springs. And then they took us, first few days that they were there, they took us down to Wall Street. If you're familiar with that area in Manhattan, they block off the traffic during the day because there's so many people down in that Wall Street district, doing business down there. At noontime, it's just wall-to-wall people. The streets are just clear full of people. It was just terrifying for a young kid, from a small community in Idaho to be in a place like that. Of course, I got used to it after a while and kind of got accustomed to what was going on there. But I can remember people saying, they'd ask me where I was from, and I'd say Idaho, and they'd ask me, what state's that in? I would almost recommend that you send your kid on a mission, because I felt like that the education that I got just being out in the world was probably worth more than any 2 years that I could have spent in college. I learned a great deal out there, learned about life.
This presentation of Caribou County Sports is being brought to you by Arctic Circle. After the game, be sure to grab dessert at Arctic Circle, where they have above-the-rim shakes and malts, as well as the best soft serve cones in town.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda, and I chose adoption.
Mama, come on. Say mama.
Listen, if I could talk, I'd tell you I'm almost 2 and still not responding. That's one sign of a communication disorder, and delaying treatment can affect my development.
Many parents aren't aware of the early signs of speech, language, and hearing disorders, yet early detection and treatment can improve quality of life.
Come on, say dada.
Ugh, here we go.
Identify the signs of communication disorders. Identifythesigns.org.
In the aftermath of a disaster, victims want to get their lives back in order as soon as possible. But if your home has been damaged, the last thing you want is someone taking advantage of you. Contractors who show up right after a storm may be fraudsters, out to make a quick buck off of your insurance claim. They'll promise anything as long as they can get you to sign a contract and hand over a payment. Know who you're dealing with, and remember, if you didn't request it, reject it. To report fraud, call us at 1-800-TEL-NICB, a public service message from the National Insurance Crime Bureau.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. We have about 18 minutes until the start of tonight's festivities. It is senior night for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and they will be celebrating their seniors on the field. We will be trying to bring you some of that as well here in our broadcast above Archer Field as we stand at the 50-yard line, and we hope that you are going to check out our video cast as well online at mylocalradio.com, where you can watch it for free anytime that you want. Right now, though, it's time for us to jump back into our talk with Alan Erickson, who was the class of 1970 at Soda Springs High School. He joins us again on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Burgraff here with Alan Erickson, who was the class of 1970 at Soda Springs High School, and he's our Where Are They Now focus today. And Alan, we have a couple more questions for you to move forward. And you went down to Arizona, spent 14 years down there in Arizona. What made you want to go down there? And then once you were down in Arizona, you said that you wanted to come back here to get your kids raised in the Soda Springs area. What was the trip coming back up to Soda like after Arizona?
Well, first I'll just take you back. My wife she's from Phoenix area, and I was going to continue my education in Arizona after we got married, but we got married late in August, so by the time we got down to Arizona, school had already started, and so I went and got a job, and unfortunately I got a job in construction that paid pretty good money, and we thought, wow, this is cool, we're making some good money. Unfortunately, over the years, it didn't really change that much, but we went down there mostly, I was going to go back into school, but then our family came, our first daughter was born down there, and so the demand for money and having your family survive has taken precedence over going back to school. And we moved back down there because my wife had a really good job, and she was an artist. She did artwork for Yellow Pages, so she had a good paying job down there, and that was kind of our motivation to go there. But we never did get back into school, and we were down there for 14 years, and then we decided, working as a carpenter down there in the construction, you didn't have a 401k, you didn't have any stuff to put your kids through college, and that was a concern to me. And I thought, I need to go back home. Get a job, good solid job like at Monsanto or one of these places up here, and where I could make sure that I could ensure that my kids would have an opportunity to go to college. That's why we came back.
Since you've been back, you've gotten back involved with the school too. You're the pole vaulting coach at the high school now. You've done some football coaching. This will be the last question for you, and that's what made you want to get back into the school, and what's it like trying to be able to help kids out at the same school that you were able to participate in these sports at?
I never dreamed that I would be in a coaching position. It's not something that I aspired to. I got asked to come and help, because the coach that was doing that at the time, pole vault coach, his kids had all gone through and he was ready to be done with it. And he thought I would be a good fit. And so that's where I kind of got my start. And it's just a wonderful experience to get to work with these kids. Every year I think, okay, I've had enough. I don't want to do this anymore. And then you see another kid coming, you think, I bet he'd be a good one. And so you think, I'm going to stick around and just see if I can persuade this kid to come out and participate. And it's just fun being a coach when you see the kids grasp the concept, when you see them understand what you're trying to teach them. That's a very fulfilling moment in your life. And so that's probably why I've stayed with it. It's just way cool to, when you're trying to teach these kids how to pole vault, and there's several things that you need to teach them, but when you see them finally grasp that concept, and you see them, do the things that you're trying to teach them to do, and you see the excitement on their face when they clear a height that they didn't think they could ever get to. It's very fulfilling, and I think it's important for us as adults to give these opportunities to the kids. And I think sports goes hand in hand with life. You get out of it what you put in it, and that's something that these kids need to learn, It's just, for some kids it's easier, For me, running track was very easy. I was fast, so it was easy for me to do. But I've learned over the years there's a lot of things I could have done that would have made me even better. It's like I told my boy, I says, when you get done with high school, I want you to be able to look back and say, I gave it all. I didn't leave anything on the table. And I think that's important in life, is that you live it to the fullest and you take advantage of every opportunity that comes your way, and then you're going to be okay. And you'll be able to survive in society by doing those things. And I suppose that's what's so fulfilling as a coach, is that you're helping these kids become responsible adults.
Thank you so much again for coming in and talking with us, and it's been a pleasure getting to know a little bit more about you and your time in Soda and your time outside of Soda, and good luck to you on the rest of your career as a track coach and the rest of your days here in Soda Springs.
Thank you very much. It's been a pleasure to be here with you today.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Caleb Burgraff joined here with Coach Ryan Messerly from the Bear Lake Bears. And Coach, you guys have been having an interesting season. You came out at the beginning of the year with a lot of hype behind this team. I think a lot of people were expecting you guys to be the heir apparent to Aberdeen. Aberdeen hasn't taken a step down. You're 2-2 in the season so far as you get ready for them and the rest of your district schedule. What have been your thoughts on the way that your kids have played through the first part of the year, knowing that they had that pressure at the beginning of the year?
Well, I don't know if they recognize it or not, but we ended up having 2 byes, which hurts us as far as gameplay, and they've kind of turned it around the last 2 weeks, so we're proud of them.
The offensive struggles at the beginning of the year were something that I think took a lot of people off guard. You ended up getting shut out in the first game with Rich. They ended up winning on a safety. What was the attitude of the kids after that? How did they bounce back after that game?
Well, that's what we coach. That's what we try to coach. Is it's just you got to get rid of that and go to the next play. It's just every play is a different down and every game's a different game. So we had to move on. We knew we had a tough team coming up, so we had to focus on them.
You guys were able to get a good start in District 5 play now, able to come away with a win against West Side, 14-12, a close game, but you and I were talking, and you had some missed opportunities that could have made that game a little bit more open for you guys.
Yeah, we did. We had some good drives, and that's what we've been working on in practice. We ended up fumbling it down on the goal line, and we actually gave them almost a punt return with 3 minutes left in the fourth. So it was a good game. The kids didn't get their heads down, so that's what we're looking for.
Tonight, you guys get to take on Soda Springs. Who are some of the kids that you've been looking at? You've seen film on Soda. Are there any kids that really have you concerned from this Cardinals team that could have a big game against you?
Well, we watched a lot of their game and a lot of their film, and they run the spread and, over the top stuff. And, I don't know names, but I know numbers, and they've got some speed, and that's what we try to get to contain this tonight.
Speed's always definitely a weapon, and you guys have speed on your defense. Not a ton of size on your defensive backfield, but definitely have that speed that you can use to your advantage. How much has that helped, knowing that your defense is going to keep you in games throughout the season?
Oh, it helps. It helps a ton. It helps us on offense because sometimes our best offense is our defense right now until our offense can come along. But we use that speed and that agility to stay in games.
We'll wrap it up with a couple more questions, Coach. The first one is a junior quarterback, 2 senior running backs, and a couple other younger kids at the running back position, too, that are starting to challenge for those spots. What has the competition in those parts of the offense been like this year, and how does that help a team?
Well, it makes everybody realize that they've got to go 100% every play, and that's what's going to make our team click. So they know if somebody's on their heels going to take their spot, then they're going to work twice as hard. So
Soda Springs is backed into a corner right now. It's really win or go home for them right now in this game. Does that worry you at all when you come into a game and you realize the other team has nothing to lose at this point in time other than just going out there and playing as hard as they can?
Yeah, I mean, that's one thing we've definitely stressed to our kids this week because Soda coming off a win, they don't have anything to lose. They can put all their eggs in this basket and look to get something done and turn their season around. So it's something that we definitely preached this week, and we're hoping to get up quick, and that's how we'll end it. So,
Coach, I appreciate the time, and good luck as you and your Bears get set to take on the Cardinals. Should be a fun game.
Thank you very much.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
Check out my new time machine.
Does it work?
Hit the button.
Hey, it's Napoleon.
Oui. Check out the future.
Hey, you have a nice house. Why don't I?
You didn't save any money, buddy.
If only there was a way I could go back in time and fix that.
Yeah.
Save something for the future. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Students, when I call the reason for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. Too tired, family trip, sick day, starting the holidays early.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
So, I'm a dog, and I just got adopted by this new human guy, and I'm starting to wonder how he got along without me. I mean, okay, something as simple as walking around the block. He's got this leash thing, and he puts me on one end and him on the other, and I'm just taking him around. I think he's afraid of getting lost. Without that leash and me guiding him along, I don't think he'd find his way back home. But it's kind of cute.
A person is the best thing to happen to a shelter pet. Be that person. Adopt. Brought to you by the Ad Council and the ShelterPetProject.org.
Okay. Caleb Bergraff joined here with the head football coach of the Soda Springs Cardinals and Coach Garbett. And Coach, you're officially 2-0 against the Malad Dragons. A good win for you guys, able to come away with one on their homecoming. First of all, in order to get the kids back onto a winning track, how big was that in order just to keep the spirits up here in the team?
Oh, it was huge for us. We're just happy with how the kids played. I mean, the defense played lights out. The offense blocked a lot better, and we were able to put some points on the board and come away with a win.
The defense did play very well in that game. The first half, though, you did struggle a little bit with pass defense once again. Second half, Justin Morrison made 3 fantastic interceptions and 3 fantastic grabs in order to stop some drives late. What are some of the things, though, that you're looking at for the younger kids to start developing with some of your younger safeties and DBs?
Yeah, just that, staying with coverage and then making plays. I mean, a lot of the things they did have, we had good coverage there. We just weren't making plays on the ball, so we just got to do a better job of making plays on the ball, knocking it out.
This week, you guys get Bear Lake, which is a team that has struggled putting points up on the board offensively so far. They have been shut out once this year already. They haven't gotten above 20 points against anybody else. Do you feel your defense is going to be a strong part in this game and keeping you in it and giving you a chance at keeping this winning streak going?
Yeah, I think so. I think as long as we can play solid against them and do our assignments and tackle fundamentally sound, we'll be fine with that. And then, they're a fast, quick team. We're just going to have to play physical.
In the last game against Malad as well, blocking seemed to really take a step forward, particularly in some of the early big plays that were sprung out. The one that comes to mind for me is the 85-yard run by Andrew Stewart. How much has blocking improved throughout the year, and where do you guys really need to focus the most on the blocking? Is on the line? Is on the receivers? Who needs to step up more in order to make that even better?
It's still a little bit of both. There are some guys that are getting better. We just need to be consistent with it. Every play, everybody on somebody, and it is. It's all the guys. It's line and receivers. It's just got to be more consistent with everybody.
When you also look at that last game, it seemed like you got out of your own way a little bit more too. Instead of having double-digit penalties like you had the last 3 games, only 6 penalties. There were still a couple of big ones. But what does that show as far as the maturity and the growth of the team as far as keeping their heads in the game throughout the day?
That was one of the main goals going into the game, was just minimizing our penalties and hurting ourselves, because that's what's been hurting us the most. We did still have some snaps that were errant, which led to the safety, but we just got to continue to get better and improve every week.
We'll wrap it up with this, and that's looking at senior night. It's always tough on senior night whenever it's the last game for the seniors to keep them focused on it, not thinking about it. But you can use that to your advantage as well. How do you as a coach try to keep the players' heads in the game and not focus too much on the festivities around it?
We just try to keep it the same, every week, regardless of what it is, regardless of the opponent. Just give your best effort on the field every play and do the best you can and focus on that, because that's what we have control of.
Well, we'll be looking forward to the game on Friday night, hoping that you guys will get a win and keep yourselves moving forward into a chance at the playoffs and hopefully send the seniors out with a win against a rival.
All right, thank you, Caleb.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
How'd I do?
You'll get better.
Tim can't wait to be a real driver. But for now, he's king of the online track thanks to Silver Star Communications high-speed internet. Reliable, consistent speeds give him the edge against players anywhere, even the other end of the couch.
Whoa.
You'll get better.
Visit silverstar.com to learn more.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. We are live at Archer Field as the coin toss is being taken care of on the field right now. The head umpire having a few words with the Cardinals and the captains of the Bear Lake Bears. And the Bear Lake will be moving from left to right to open things up. The Cardinals will be moving from right to left. And I believe the Cardinals will be kicking off to the Bear Lake Bears. So that will be your opening kickoff, which is brought to you by Rainy Day Massage. And this is as good a time as any to jump into our starting lineup for the Soda Springs Cardinals, brought to you by Mountain View Dental, where they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family. Good luck to the Cardinals from Dr. Walker and his staff. And for the Cardinals, we'll start off with their defensive players in this round of the starting lineups and go with their defensive line first. Hunter Bybee leads the way as the nose tackle for the Cardinals. Nathan Lau will be coming in as a side tackle, as well as will Jeremiah Hansen in that position. Riley Harris and Mason Smith will be flipping in around the ends alongside Taylor Adams, as well as Kyle Dursteller. Dursteller will flip sometime as the middle linebacker, as will Taylor Adams as well. Case Griffiths will be a defensive back, and we'll pause briefly for the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose bright stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the brave.
That was a wonderful rendition of the national anthem there, as the Soda Springs Cardinals continue to prepare for tonight. Again, they should be kicking off, and we'll continue on with the defensive starters for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Andrew Stewart will also be in the defensive backfield with Case Griffiths, as well as Thomas Nielsen. Logan Mumford will be one of the starting linebackers for the Soda Springs Cardinals, and he will be joined in the linebacking core, as I said, with Kyle Dursteller and Taylor Adams in those positions. Dylan Downs will be shifting in as a lineman for the Cardinals as well. On the other side for Bear Lake, their offense is going to be led out by Avery Carlson, the junior quarterback who is in his first year as the quarterback for the Bear Lake Bears. Also, the running backs for them are going to be a split core between Mason Garbett, the senior, as well as Samuel Roberts. Those two seniors will be two of the main opportune runners for the Soda Springs Cardinals as they look to try and take the field and get them down. The other side of it, the wide receiving core, will be led by Caden Romrell, Hayden Peterson, and Joshua Transtrom. You'll also see opportunities on the offensive line coming from Jacob Alleman, Kaysen Parker, Walter Schwarting, and Canyon Hayes, as those will be the main defensive linemen for the Bear Lake Bears. A couple of defensive specialists that will be coming in are Jared DeClark and Talon Collins, as well as McKay Alleman. You may see Clark and Collins out there on the field, but for Alleman, it will be only defense, according to the people who are helping me out with the starting lineups up here. Those are your starting lineups being brought to you today by Mountain View Dental. At Mountain View Dental, they provide general and cosmetic dentistry for the whole family, and they want to wish the Cardinals good luck from Dr. Walker and his staff. Bear Lake comes into this game 2-2 on the season. It's been a rough year offensively for them, as they did have a good game against Marsh Valley, even though in that game they still did not necessarily put up tons of offensive points onto the board. But they're going to be looking to try and take on a Cardinals defense. But talking with the coaching staff, it didn't matter which coach I talked to, every single one of them said this Soda Springs defense has them a little bit concerned and a little bit worried about how well they can prepare against this defense. The Bear Lake Bears will come out with 4 on the front line, 2 lined up at the 45-yard line, 2 more in between the 30 and the 35-yard line, and 3 back to receive. The main man back to receive looks like it's Bo James Nielsen, number 3, Caden Romrell, standing at about the 5-yard line. Joshua Transtrom stands at the 15, and Mason Garbett stands at the 15 on the near side. Bear Lake will be going left to right on your video screen with the opening kickoff of today's game being brought to you by Rainy Day Massage. If you mention this ad, you can get $15 off of a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy simply by mentioning that you heard this ad during this broadcast. Call Jake at 435-703-0195. Justin Moore to kick off, and Morrison's kick will be end over end to the 10-yard line, picked up on the run and brought forward by Romrell through the hole. He's got Morrison to beat, and he is gone. Romrell pulling ahead. Morrison trying to dive at the very end, but it is a 90-yard kickoff return for the Bear Lake Bears to open up the scoring against the Soda Springs Cardinals. And just like in the JV game when Bear Lake took the opening kickoff back for a return, Caden Romrell returns the favor and does it once again as the Bear Lake Bears strike first and strike hard on a 90-yard return straight up the gut. And Romrell then leaned over to the left side and was able to push it all the way to the end zone. Extra point being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. As at Bear Lake Drug, they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Snap is good, hold is good, kick is up, and it is, I believe, good is what the call is going to be. So it is 7-0. Bear Lake on top early on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 13 seconds into this game on the 90-yard kickoff return by Caden Romrell. We'll take a quick 30-second break, come back with the resumption of the first quarter of play on KVRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
K-Slot fever has taken over Lalaton's in Soda Springs for October 6th through the 12th. Right now, you can swing in and grab yourself a case of 24 cans of Western Family vegetables or beans for $12. A case of 24 boxes of macaroni and cheese is $6.96. Select varieties of Western Family 64-ounce juices are $8 for $12. And a 6-pack of Western Family 64-ounce creamy or chunky peanut butter is just $38.94. Those are just some of your K-Slot specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. Samuel Roberts to kick things off to the Cardinals, left to right. A squib kick or a wobbly kick that is going to go through the legs of Stewart, picked up at the 5. Andrew will come to the near side, makes one man miss, bounces it back to the middle, but is taken down at about the 9-yard line. And after 6 seconds come off the clock, 11:41 left to go in the first quarter of play. Cardinals down 7-0 after Bear Lake was able to return the opening kick for a touchdown. And Soda Springs will get the offense out buried deep inside of their own territory. The ball will be placed at the 10 with the nose at the 10 on the far side hash marks. Logan Mumford will bring the Cardinals out. It will be Morrison split out to the right, Nielsen split out to the left. Both ends on the formation with Stewart in the backfield behind Mumford. Moved Nielsen into motion, left to right across the formation. High snap, but pulled in by Mumford and taken down 3 yards in the backfield is Andrew Stewart. And up with the tackle is number 21 for the Bears. That's Talon Collins. And the Cardinals move backwards by 2 yards on the play on the first rushing attempt by Andrew Stewart. This Bear Lake team already coming out and firing as they have made a statement in the first 45 seconds. 2nd down and 12 to go. As Mumford takes a snap once again, looks for a quick pass, finds Mason Smith over the middle at the 15-yard line. He pulls it in. He's hit hard on the play. It's Collins once again, but call it 7 yards on the completion for the Soda Springs Cardinals as Mason Smith able to pull that one in and avoid losing the football on the contact, which came immediately. It's a manageable 3rd and 5 now for the Cardinals. Talking to Coach Cliff Garbett, he said this Bear Lake team is one that likes to come straight up the gut. They like to attack you and pressure you, and they're going to try and use the quick passing game in order to take advantage of that. One wide receiver in the set. Nielsen brought in as Stewart will take the handoff. Cuts through. Good hole at the 20-yard line. He's met and pushed back, but he will have the first down as they will move him up to the 20-yard line. It's a 5-yard carry, and the Cardinals offense able to move the chains despite losing yardage on their first play from scrimmage. Good sign there from the Cardinals as clock winds at 10:23 to go in the first quarter of play, 7-0. The Cardinals down to the Bear Lake Bears. Mumford with 2 backs beside him in the backfield. Mason Smith just off the formation to the right. Taylor Adams in the game now as the handoff will be taken. And it's by Mumford. Loses the football and looks like Bear Lake falls on it at the 25-yard line. A scrum for the football. A pair of players fighting for it. And waiting for the signal from the officials, and it is going to be Soda Springs football still. Mumford lost the football, and Dylan Downs was able to jump onto it after Mumford had it stripped away from him. It'll be a 5-yard gain on the play for the Cardinals. 2nd down and 5 upcoming. Lucky for the Cardinals to hold on to it on a cold night here at the home of the Cardinals at Archer Field. Cardinals will bring quads tight to the left side of the formation. Mumford looks out to Morrison, who's the lone back to the right. He'll keep it on a quarterback keeper up the gut, and he's going to take it a yard up the middle. Makes it a 3rd down and 4 upcoming on back-to-back carries by Mumford up the gut. 9:20 to go here as the clock continues to wind. 7-0, as I said, on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard after Bear Lake shocked the Cardinals and shocked this crowd with an opening kickoff return to start off this ball game to give themselves that lead. Cardinals have now had the ball for about 3 minutes of scoreboard time as the clock winds to 9 minutes and counting to go. 2 wide out, split to each side. Mumford calls out the count, takes a snap. Good protection. No, it's a screenplay as Stewart gets the ball. He comes up to the 30-yard line. He's got the first down, and he will be taken down after a gain of 4 on the play. And Soda Springs will once again move the chains on a passing play up the middle. It was a bull rush up the gut with the Bears bringing 5 or 6 straight up the middle. And Andrew Stewart was able to pull that one in and was taken down at the first down marker. Kyle Dursteller will check out of the game. Cardinals with 1st and 10, 8 minutes and 23 seconds to go here. First quarter of play as they come back up to the line of scrimmage. 2 wideouts to the near side. That's Smith and Nielsen. Cardinals working right to left. Stewart again with Mumford in the backfield. They'll shift over, quads to the far side in a tight box formation on the line of scrimmage. Now Nielsen goes into motion. Snap to Mumford is going to be handed off to Nielsen. Blocking goes away. Flags fly in the backfield. Nielsen marching backward as well. He's taken down for a 7-yard loss, and a holding penalty will most likely, if I was me, I would decline it, as the lineup is going to be at the 24-yard line with 2nd down and 16 after a loss of 6. And we'll see if they accept the holding penalty or if they decline it. And Bear Lake will decline the holding penalty, so Nielsen will instead be charged with a 6-yard loss. And the Soda Springs offense will march backwards down the field to the 24-yard line, making it 2nd down and a short 16. Still working right to left. Passing game has been good so far for the Cardinals. 2 attempts, 2 completions for Logan Mumford for 11 yards. That was something they struggled with in the game at Malad, except for a couple of screens that were broke open for big plays. Twins out to each side. Stewart now shifts over to the left of the formation with Riley Harris joining them on that side in the box formation once again. Snap to Mumford through his hands towards the backfield. A race for the football as Mumford dives onto it at the 6-yard line. It's a loss on the play, though, as the Cardinals again go backwards, this time by 19 yards, and they will be pinned back right before where they had the ball on the opening of this drive. Again, a loss of 19 on the poor snap, and that has been a problem this year for the Cardinals. Doesn't matter which Cardinal you talk to, everyone can admit that their poor snapping game has been costing them dearly so far this season. 7 minutes and counting to go, still 7-0. Bear Lake on top. Cardinals will be looking to try and do something in order to gain a little bit of ground and give their punting unit a little bit of breathing room. Three wideouts, to the right side of the formation. Mason Smith, the near side, as the snap to Mumford is popped up into the air and batted away in the end zone, and it will be an incomplete pass, giving the Cardinals 4th down and on the scoreboard 35 as they need to get to the 40-yard line with the ball at the 6-yard line. 6 minutes and 42 seconds as the clock freezes, and Justin Morrison will come out to punt the ball away for the Cardinals. Back to receive is Caden Romrell, who already has one return to his credit so far tonight. He'll stand with Mumford as extra protection. Romrell will come over to the right side. Now everybody moves away. Kick is up and away. Romrell came up to play defense as they were worried about a fake, and the ball will roll forward to the 50-yard line where it is picked up by Thomas Nielsen. It is a 45-yard punt for Justin Morrison after what was a poor snap, and the Cardinals will change field position a little bit, but still great field position for the Bear Lake Bears with the nose of the ball at the 50-yard line as their offense trots out for what will be their first offensive possession of the game. For Soda Springs, their defense has been what has been their strong point so far this season, and they'll be looking to see if that defense can continue to give them some pushes here at the line. Bunch formation, offset wing T, sloping over to the far side as the handoff will be into the backfield, taking this one and breaking through the Cardinals for an 11-yard gain up the middle is Mason Garbett as he carries it for a good 12-yard gain up to the 38-yard line and pushes the Cardinals defense back. The Cardinals going up for tackles at the shoulder pads and could never quite take him down. And on the first offensive play from scrimmage, Bear Lake able to bowl forward and again assert their dominance on the Soda Springs Cardinals. They'll come back up, tight formation, one wide out to the right side. Handoff this time is going to be sprung out to the left side. Pushing the ball forward is Samuel Roberts. He's taken down inside the 20. That goes as a gain of 20 yards on the play to the 18-yard line. And on 2 plays, the Bear Lake Bears have gone 32 yards down the field. Roberts just able to get to the outside. The Cardinals filling up the middle of the field and nobody out there on contain. And that was what allowed that play to really break open. 7-0 still on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 3 backs in the backfield as the quarterback goes under center. It'll be to Roberts once again. Follows his blocker, cuts back to the left. And he is into the end zone for an 18-yard touchdown and another quick score for the Bear Lake Bears on 3 plays. They punch it into the end zone, and senior night for the Soda Springs Cardinals has not been a good night so far. An 18-yard touchdown run. We'll have another PAT being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug upcoming with 5:39 to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Cardinals will try and block the kick. And up to put this one up and sending it through the uprights is Avery Carlson. No, excuse me. I believe it is number 81, David Bissinger. And he puts the PAT brought to you by Bear Lake Drug through. 5 minutes and 39 to go here. First quarter of play, 14-0, Bear Lake on top. We'll be back with the resumption of the first quarter of play on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Soda Springs down 14-0 early on here, still in the first quarter of play, 5:39 to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as they will return out onto the field. And it will be Colton Saxton, I believe. Samuel Roberts to kick this one off. A line drive kick that checks up at the 5. Morrison picks it up with one hand. He'll try and bring it back to the near side. Runs into his own man as Andrew Stewart and him collided about the 10. He's taken down at the 12. And that is where the Soda Springs Cardinals will pick up. Morrison a little slow to get up on the play as he is wobbly. That kickoff brought to you by Rainy Day Massage. Call Jake Rainey at Rainy Day Massage right now, and if you mention this ad, you get $15 off of a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy simply by mentioning that you heard it during our local sports broadcast. Call Jake at 435-703-0195 and begin feeling better today. 14-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as the Bears will again come up to the line of scrimmage. With the 3-man defensive front showing blitz, they'll bring 6, and it'll be a handoff through the middle. Andrew Stewart, big hole, and he pulls his way up to the 25-yard line. It's a 13-yard gain for Andrew Stewart, who looks to try and put some life into the Soda Springs offense that marched backwards after showing some life on the first drive. The biggest gain from scrimmage so far for the Cardinals, that 13-yard run. Stewart with 16 yards already on 3 carries, and it's first down and 10 from the 25-yard line. 5 minutes and 8 seconds to go. 14-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Mason Smith split out to the left. 2 wideouts to the right will be Mumford on a quarterback keeper up the middle, and that goes for a gain of a yard for Mumford as he tries to march his way back from a negative 13 yards rushing so far, but a lot of that not his fault. A lot of that comes from him having to dive on a snap that went over his head. Clock to under 5 minutes to go now. Signs being flashed in from the Bear Lake sideline. Cardinals will run up to the line of scrimmage, or walk up to the line of scrimmage rather. And it will be Mumford again in the pistol. 1 wide out to the right. That's Morrison. Nielsen tucked behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be handoff to Stewart, and he goes backwards for 5 yards. They'll actually mark him a loss of 3, and the ball will be placed at the 23-yard line for 3rd down and 12 coming up. So the Cardinals will again have a long 3rd down upcoming. 3rd down and 12 to go. The ball just outside of their own 20-yard line at about the 22.5 on the far side hash mark. Cardinals working right to left. First quarter of play down by 2 scores underneath the bright lights of Archer Field. 2 wideouts to each side. They'll move over to that box formation to the left side of the formation. Stewart alone in the backfield now takes the snap. Looks to his right, tucks the ball, and he is going to be driven backwards by Roberts, who helps him up after the hit. But that is a loss of 5 more on the play, and Soda Springs will have to punt with a 4th down and 17 upcoming. Sam Roberts. Initially, it looked like Mumford might be able to get the ball in the air, but there was pressure to the back of him almost immediately, and then Roberts came up the gut from his linebacker position and bowled over the Cardinals' sophomore quarterback. 4th down and 17 to go. Call it 15, actually, for a loss of 2 as Morrison will kick this one away. End-over-end kick that goes to the right of Romerl. Good roll for the Cardinals. We'll see it go all the way to the 22-yard line in Bear Lake territory where it's down by Andrew Stewart. So Morrison with a fantastic kick will pin the Bear Lake Bears back deep in their own territory. It goes on the play as a kick of 58 yards. So a great kick by the Cardinals, and Morrison, who has been one of the very bright spots for the Cardinals this year with his kicking game and his special teams play, has done a marvelous job of pushing teams back, does it once again with the Bear Lake Bears here. As Bear Lake will come up to the line of scrimmage with that offset wing tee. Handoff will go straight up the back once again. It'll be bounced out to the near side, and a huge gain up to the 35-yard line. That's a 12-yard carry. Once again on the carry, Mason Garbett. And it's another 1st down for the Bear Lake Bears. They have yet to be stopped for a rushing play of under 10 yards and have 62 yards on the ground already on 4 carries, averaging 15.25 yards per time they touch the ball with their backs. 2 minutes, 39 to go. Spread formation. They'll bring Garbett back to the formation with 2 backs in the backfield. Fake a handoff to him. It'll be Roberts who takes the ball this time. He runs over Case Griffiths at the 40-yard line and is taken down at the 42 for a gain of 7. Case Griffith stood in the way, and he ran into a freight train. Makes it second down and 3. And back up to the line of scrimmage will come the Bears. White uniforms, gray pants, blue numbers with gray shoulder pads and white helmets with a blue stripe down the middle. Hand off to the outside. It'll be once again be the carry of Garbett. He cuts back into the middle or makes a man miss before being taken down by Morrison and Dursteller at the 43-yard line of the Cardinals. But on the play, it's a 15-yard carry and another gashing gain up the middle for the Bear Lake Bears. Bear Lake, a team that had been struggling offensively coming into this game, had yet to really put much onto the scoreboard, but tonight has definitely come out of their shell and has been running roughshod over the Cardinals on their first 6 plays. Avery Carlson under center takes the snap. It'll be a double reverse. This one handed off into the middle of the field to Caden Romrell, and he is going to go backwards by about a half a yard. As the Cardinals were not fooled, they had a rush up the middle coming from Dursteller, and Andrew Stewart also involved on the tackle, and it is a rush for no gain officially on the play on Romrell's first carry of the night. Second down and 10, clock to 1 minute and 1 second and counting. It's 14-0, the Bear Lake Bears lead in driving. It'll be Carlson to hand the ball off to the left side of the formation to Clark with the ball this time. Gets to the edge and is going to be taken down out of bounds. But a holding penalty will be whistled on the Bears before the play is actually going to be taken down. The play would have taken them up to the 35-yard line. The penalty will be flagged at about the 46-yard line. We'll see where they officially mark it. The original line of scrimmage was the 43. They'll actually put the flag down at the 45, so it'll be about a 12-yard penalty against the Bear Lake Bears, and a big break for the Cardinals as that running play almost gave the Bears a big push. So a holding penalty, or 12 yards, makes it second down and 22 to go as they need to get up to about the 33-yard line, ball at their own 45. They'll come back up in that tight formation. And a snap will be to Carlson as he drops back to pass. Great protection. Lost one down the field. He's got a man. It's Romrell pulling it in at the 30-yard line and stumbling ahead to the 25. He got behind the Cardinals defensive back in Case Griffiths and was able to pull in a ball that was overthrown slightly, but it goes as a gain on the play of 30 yards on the first passing play for the Bear Lake Bears on the night. And Romrell pulls it in and makes his presence known once again. First down and 10, under 30 seconds to go in the first quarter. Bear Lake still up 14-0 as they head to the line of scrimmage. Carlson under center once again. One wide out to the right side. Romrell split off to the left. Cardinals will jump, and that'll be a flag. We'll see if this is a false start or encroachment. And this one will be offsides on the Cardinals and makes it a first down and 5 upcoming. And Bear Lake will have a shorter opportunity, but inside of the red zone now as that takes them up to the 20-yard line. First time they've marched into the red zone here in this game since the opening score, and that was from the 18-yard line where they took it in on a Roberts touchdown run. Couple of backups into the game now for the Bears as a couple of the younger players getting in, and that is number 23, McKay Alleman, with the carry for 2 yards up the middle. He's one of the 2 junior running backs that, talking with Coach Messerly, are going to be a big part of this team in the future, and we'll talk more about that when we come back. After a quarter of play, it's 14-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, with the Bear Lake Bears driving. For more on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by Crop Production Services of Bancroft. Call 208-648-7891 to learn how to get the best production out of your crops.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
The answers for the Soda Springs Cardinals still unable to find them as they trail 14-0 start of quarter number 2, and it's a handoff right off the bat to Roberts, who carries a couple of Cardinals up the gut, and he is going to gain 4 yards on the play, getting it to about the 15-yard line, and that will be good enough for a first down for the Bear Lake Bears. On a 6-yard carry, he's got 51 yards tonight on 5 carries. 11 minutes and 40 seconds left to go, 14-0, as the ball will be marked at the 14-yard line. Carlson will line up under center, and whistles blow, and I believe that there are, not sure what's going on right now. It looks like Riley Harris is hurt as he is over on the far sideline. Now we will resume play as Riley Harris over on the far side, and he takes the helmet off. We'll see if we can figure out what is going on with him over there. But right now it's back to the action as the Bears will hand the ball off once again to the outside. This time it's Garbutt. He shakes one man off and is able to dive into the end zone on the pylon on the left side. He's got a 15-yard touchdown run, his first touchdown run of the night. And Bear Lake, with 11 minutes and 13 to go in the second quarter of play, will go up 20-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Good run there on the play by Garbutt. He was able to take one man who was wrapped up on him at the initial point of the action, and then able to carry him and make him miss, and ran into the end zone, beating 2 Cardinals to the edge. There'll be another kick coming up for Bissinger. This one is up and good, and the Bear Lake Bears give themselves a 21-0 lead on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Back after this with more in the second quarter of play. The Cardinals getting the ball back on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as they have been punched in the mouth on senior night by the Bear Lake Bears with the score at 21-0, 11 minutes and 13 seconds left to go. And a pair of rushing attacks have gotten the Bear Lake Bears up to 107 yards on the ground. They have 30 yards through the air for 137 total yards of offense after what is just over a quarter of play. Another kickoff coming up, being brought to you by Jake Rainey of Rainy Day Massage, where right now you can get $15 off of a 15-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy simply by mentioning that you heard this ad during this broadcast. Call Jake Rainey today at 703-0195. Kick is going to be a squib bouncer up the middle, taken by Case Griffiths, secures the ball and immediately runs into 3 Bears packed up on the near side hash mark, and he will be marked down officially at the 38-yard line. That's where the Cardinals offense will take over, down by 3 scores as they look to try and continue to move the ball up the field. And we talked about some of the younger kids for the Bear Lake team. We'll talk about some of the younger kids for the Cardinals team as well. We haven't seen too much of them yet. Thomas Nielsen, one that I've gotten a chance to talk to. He's a sophomore. Didn't expect to be on the varsity team, but he has played a role on them this year. Logan Mumford, another big one to talk about. Those two are the brighter stars. The Cardinals will try another screen play. Stewart can't pull in the pass, though, and that drops incomplete. Bear Lake was ready for it, though. Only one man split off to the quarterback. Everybody else stuck around Andrew Stewart, the running back, and they are targeting him as one of the main players to watch on this Cardinals team, and somebody is going to be spying on him all game long is what it looks like. So protection needs to be better for Mumford, and the Cardinals need to find a way to spread the ball down the field with their wide receivers. 21-0. 11 minutes and 2 seconds to go here. Clock stopped in the second quarter of play as Morrison will turn around, have a quick word with Andrew Stewart, shifts him to the left side of the right side of the formation where trips will be lined up. Twins to the far side. Mumford, quick pass to the near side. Stewart immediately met and taken backwards for a loss of 2 on the play. 9 yards passing now for the Soda Springs Cardinals after that loss on the play. And Andrew Stewart is the unfortunate recipient of that loss. He did gain 4 yards earlier tonight, but a loss of 2 will put him back to 2 yards on the night as the Cardinals will have a 3rd down and 11 coming up here. Called a 3rd down and 12 from about the 35-yard line. Ball spotted just ahead of the 35, working left to right at the Cardinals. Black uniforms, black helmets, red and white trim as Mumford stands with Stewart behind him in the shotgun. Takes the snap, looks to his left. He's going to throw this one over the hands of Nielsen and picked off on the play by the Bears. Pulling in the interception is Kason Parker. He's going down the sidelines, still not down before going head over heels out of bounds at the 13-yard line. An interception puts Bear Lake right back into the red zone as the ball was popped up into the air. It was your basic tip drill, and the first interception for the Bear Lake Bears puts them at the 13-yard line. The big pick pulled in by Kason Parker, and Bear Lake on the verge of dropping this one into a desperation game already for the Cardinals, up 21-0, and a Bear Lake Bear is hurt on the far sidelines, and it might be Kason Parker. I do not see him on the field as of now. I'm looking for his number, and I can't see the number of the Bear, which is injured on the far side. But again, by not finding number 55 on the field right now, it does appear to be him. Players take a knee, and for the Cardinals on that play, there has to be some form of extra defense played after the ball is tipped up into the air. Nielsen turned around and stopped on the play after he couldn't catch the ball, and behind him the ball was popped up. It was a young mistake made by a young wide receiver, and hopefully something that he can learn from on the season. It is Kason Parker who is coming up on the far side, and he is going to be helped off the field and barely putting weight down on his ankles or legs as Andrew Stewart goes over and gives him a quick pat on the chest, as does Hunter Bybee. A good show of sportsmanship by the Cardinals here after the interception by the senior linebacker for the Bears. Again, helped off by a couple of staff and a Soda Springs trainer talking with him right now as they walk him to the near side. And we'll hope that young man is all right after that injury. It'll be a 1st down and 10 from the 15-yard line, as that's where they will mark the ball officially after the interception. Bear Lake looking to try and get back into the end zone in the second quarter for the second time, almost a minute after they did it the last time. As the sun begins to set on this game, and right now already starting to put a glimmering sunset onto the Cardinals' offensive dreams, as this ball is going to be handed off to the backfield. It'll be Romrell trying to dance his way forward, and initially hitting the backfield for a loss, somehow turns it into a game of 2. And gets up to the 13-yard line, spinning and never stopping the feet. That is something that is incredibly hard to teach a running back, and Caden Romrell did it well there as he was able to drive forwards for a gain of 2. Makes it 2nd down and 8 to go for the Bears from the 13-yard line. Carlson under center. Surveys the defense, and now takes the snap. Hands off once again. It'll be Roberts, who makes one man miss, runs straight into the Cardinals to the 5, and he is going to be taken down eventually on the play. Case Griffiths in on the tackle, as was Taylor Adams, and it will be just shy of a 1st down on a gain of 7. 58 yards now on the night for Roberts, as with the jersey tucked up underneath his back plate, he'll line up once again behind quarterback Carlson as the fullback in the formation. Handoff will not be to him. They go to number 10, and bowling his way in is Jared DeClark, as he is in for a 5-yard touchdown and makes it a 27-0 score, the fourth different Bear to score on the night. DeClark makes it a 4-score game now. And it will be another Bear Lake Drug and Montpelier extra point coming in. DeClark jogs off the field as the junior, feeling good about himself. He's one of those we were talking about before, the younger backs that are putting some pressure on these seniors as the kick is up and good by Bissinger. It is 27-0. Bear Lake on top on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. 28-0 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Back after this with more of quarter number 2. 8:47 to go on your home for Cardinal Athletics.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Cardinals, 28-0 with 8:47 to go. Bear Lake with all the momentum on their side here at Archer Field. As the Cardinal crowd trying to make some noise on the far side, a decent crowd filling in on the bleachers over there, although still plenty of silver available. If you want to come on down here and cheer on the Cardinals tonight, as a kick will be a wobbly one downfield that bounces into the end zone, and Soda Springs will take the ball over on a touchback. That kick brought to you by Jake Rainey of Rainy Day Massage, where they specialize in Swedish shiatsu, reflexology, trigger point, and sports injury massage. Call Jake at 435-703-0195 and begin feeling better today. And also, if you mention this ad, you can get $15 off of a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy, simply by mentioning again that you heard this ad on this broadcast. Cardinals offense has moved the ball somewhat on the night, although each drive has stalled out after gaining one first down. So we'll see if they can try and add a second one and build on that to march down the field, as Mumford will take the snap from the shotgun, flips it out to the near side. Stewart makes one man miss. Quick feet gets him ahead to a gain of a yard on the play, where his knee goes down. It'll be 2nd down and 9 upcoming for the Cardinals. For Stewart, it's his 5th carry of the game, and as I said before in the last drive the Cardinals had, the Bears are really starting to key in on him as the main offensive target. Told you we'd try and keep you updated on some of the injuries here. Kaysen Parker on the near side, helmet off. And I believe they are doing concussion protocol on him, as he looks to be a little wobbly on the near side, and they bring a parent out to the near side as well. Cardinals will come out to the line of scrimmage once again, shift 4 over to the far side of the formation, as they'll do that box formation again. Morrison goes in motion. He'll take the handoff, gives it back to Stewart. Ball's loose, and again the Bears recover it on the field of play, as the fumble will be picked up by Houston Peterson. And a fumble that time on Andrew Stewart gives the Bear Lake Bears possession inside of the red zone once again at the 15-yard line, with 7 minutes and 50 seconds to go here in the second quarter of play. Bears will again trot their offense back onto the field of play. And this time, again, you'll see the main starters for them as the clock starts up with 7 minutes and 46 seconds to go. Roberts, as well as Garbett, in the backfield. Carlson takes the snap, fakes a handoff, looks to pass, rolls out to his right as pressure comes. It'll be Riley Harris chasing him down from behind. Carlson turns on the Jets and runs out of bounds and up onto the track above the berm. It'll be a gain on the play, though, of about 10 yards, and it'll be 1st down and goal from the 5-yard line on the first running play for Carlson from the line of scrimmage. As you can expect, plenty of different Bears to touch the ball tonight. 7 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Clock stopped. And they will again bring the ball up to the line of scrimmage, as Carlson will be flanked once again by Roberts and Garbett. 2 younger Bears in the formation as well. They'll give off to Roberts, and he goes straight up the middle and scores once again. to push it into the end zone. And it is now 34-0 with 7:22 to go after a 5-yard touchdown by Roberts on his second of the game. And the Bears continue their parade of points up onto the board with their 5th touchdown of the night as a team. PAT going to be brought to you by Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier, where they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Snap good, hold good, kick is good as well by Bissinger. And it's another touchdown onto the board, 35-0. The Cardinals trail the Bear Lake Bears. Back after this with more on your second quarter of play on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
When you're 15 and pregnant, all the stuff just goes through your mind. You're his mom. You're supposed to be the one taking care of him and raising him, but you can't do it without support. I wanted to give him a better life. When I found out I was pregnant, I don't know, just a light hit me in my heart, just saying adoption.
For more information, go to ichooseadoption.org.
I'm Miranda and I chose adoption.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals, where the air has been absolutely taken out of this stadium with a 35-0 lead. My cameraman throwing chairs up here. It's a cold night. Both of us trying to stay warm. Another Jake Rainey massage kickoff, high end-over-end kick picked up at the 10-yard line by Morrison. He's going to try and make his way forward and ripped down to the ground on the far side of the field by Trey Shaw, who grabs him around the ankles. The sophomore cornerback pulls him down, and it'll be to the 25-yard line. That is where the Cardinals will take over on offense once again for what is their 5th drive of the game, and they have yet to see offensive success tonight. 7 minutes and 17 seconds to go here, second quarter of play, down 35-0, looking for answers against this Bear Lake defense, which has been able to eliminate any momentum the Cardinals have ever tried to gain. They'll move again, quads over to the far side of the formation as Mumford will move Case Griffiths across the formation. Snap will be faked to Griffiths. Mumford keeps it himself, dives forward for a gain of 4. He's going to make it up ahead to the 24-yard line on his 6th carry of the night. Cardinals as a team, though, still negative yardage in the rushing game with -2 there. They have 7 total yards of offense on the night as the clock winds to 6 minutes and 35 seconds to go. Trying to get back into that positive in the rushing game as they'll again put trips out to the far side for 2 ends on the formation, and Mumford will move Nielsen across the formation. Handoff to Stewart, taken down from behind. Poor blocking on the play on the far side of the formation. The Bears brought pressure, and Stewart goes backwards another 2 yards on the play. And it makes it a 3rd down and 8 to go at the 27-yard line. 6 minutes and counting on the scoreboard. Cardinals will again look to try and find an answer against this 3-4 front being played by the Bears. They'll overload the left side, look to bring pressure once again. They've done it all night. They'll back off the pressure, dropping into coverage, and the sack will still eventually come as a coverage stack dropped down on the play by Chevin Anderson. The defensive line senior able to use the defensive backs, which drop back and created a wall about 7 or 8 yards downfield. It's a loss on the play of 4 yards, and Mumford again is going to be swarmed under white and gray jerseys, and the Cardinals continue to find struggles. It'll be another punt upcoming from Justin Morrison with 5 minutes and 13 seconds to go as the Bear Lake Bears look to try and put a final nail in the coffin of this game and look to get that running clock started, the earliest any team has against the Cardinals, as Morrison sends one up and squibbed down the field. Will be picked up and taken up the field to the right by Garbett. He makes several Cardinals miss. A block thrown downfield, cuts it back across, and he is going to take this one to the house. That is a 55-yard punt return by Garbett. And Mason Garbett puts that nail into the coffin, and he did it with a sledgehammer. 41-0 with 4 minutes and 43 seconds to go. And the Bear Lake fans who made the trip up from Montpelier and the surrounding area have had plenty to cheer about, but even they are quiet all around us right now, as this is turning into one of those nights that you look at it on the field and you just wait for it to end. 41-0 with 4 minutes and 43 seconds to go in the first half of play. And another PAT brought to you by Bear Lake Drug coming up after that 55-yard punt return. And Bissinger will come up, puts the kick up. That one is good. Another PAT made, and another timeout coming up for us. We'll be back after this with more on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Oh, hi. Right now I'm getting a remarkably heartfelt bear hug from Smokey Bear. Thanks, big guy. Now, if you could let me down. See, I made sure there were no low-hanging branches when I set up my campfire. And before we left, I drowned out my campfire, stirred it, drowned it out again, then made sure it was cold. Visit SmokeyBear.com to learn tips to prevent wildfires.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
42-0 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, as it has been all Bears from the get-go of this game. And from the get-go, I mean the opening kick return, as they have put 6 touchdowns onto the scoreboard, 4 of them here in the second quarter of play, and we still have over a third of the quarter left to go. 4:43 is another kickoff brought to you by Jake Rainey Massage, sent high into the night air, rolls into the end zone, and Soda Springs will take over at their own 20-yard line once again.
Sam Roberts' kick goes into the end zone.
On the kick from Sam Roberts, that kickoff again brought to you by Rainy Day Massage. Call Jake Rainey today. If you're a top athlete recovering or an individual recovering from surgery, you need to relieve stress muscles. Any of those, you can call Jake Rainey at Rainy Day Massage at 435-703-0195. Mention this ad and get $15 off the regular price of a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy. 42-0. As the Soda Springs Cardinals will march their members back out onto the field once again, as the offense will look to try and find answers. Mumford carries it straight into a pile of Bears, gains a pair of yards on the play as he gets it up to the 22-yard line. Mumford again trying his best, but not a lot of push coming from the offensive line up front. We have a score update as the Grace Grizzlies playing for their playoff lives on the road against Glens Ferry, and that is a 40-12 score. Glens Ferry all over the Grace Grizzlies on the road as they look to try and keep their playoff lives alive. Here, 42-0, Cardinals down as Mumford takes a snap. He'll come straight up the gut, runs right into a Bear, and good gang tackling. And immediately meeting Mumford up the middle was Talon Collins after what is going to be a gain of about 2 yards once again up the middle. And the Cardinals will have a 3rd down and 6 upcoming from their own 24.5-yard line. Working left to right, ball in the middle of the field. As off of the field will come Houston Peterson. Caden Rommel is about to go in, but already a substitution out there for him on the field. Expect Bear Lake to start putting in some of their younger players around some of these seniors. As Mumford again stands with 2 backs beside him in the backfield, fakes the handoff, immediately pressured, throws it over the middle, and the ball swatted down emphatically by Jared DeClark as he denies the pass that was intended over the middle for Mason Smith. And it's 4th down and 6 upcoming with 2 minutes and 51 seconds to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And another punt about to come up for the Bear Lake Bears as they will look to try and return this one once again. Back to return the punt will be Trey Shaw as well as Caden Romrell. They'll go back to about the 40-yard line. Justin Morrison to kick the ball away. Good snap. High kick. That's going to be a booming kick all the way back to the 35. Picked up by Romrell. He dances around, makes two Cardinals miss. Up to the far sideline again inside the 50. But this one's going to come back. A flag down at the 40-yard line. Will most likely move this one back to about the 30-yard line. On the punt officially, it's a 40-yard kick down the field. A lot of credit on that. Again, going to Morrison, who has had some fantastic kicks on the game. And we'll see what the official yardage on this penalty is. It's from the 40-yard line where the flag is. And again, I would assume it takes them back to the 30-yard line. Officials winding the clock already. 42-0 your score on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And the ball will be spotted at the 30, so it is a 10-yard penalty for the Bears, their second penalty. And it makes it a 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Clock again winding down as they will send their offense back out onto the field and expect running clock all the way through this game for the rest of the time, unless the Soda Springs Cardinals can come up with some sort of offensive life. Check and see who some of the Cardinals are out there. They're still sticking with their main lineup, as it'll be a handoff by Carlson to the near side to Clark. Cuts up the near side, tripped up by Taylor Adams after a gain of 5 yards. Adams stuck his paw out there and was able to knock him down. To Clark on the run, which is his second, has his 10th yards on the night, And the Bears will come back up to the line of scrimmage with 1 minute to go and counting on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as the handoff will go straight up the gut. Roberts through the middle again. It's a foot race. Case Griffiths trying to drag him down. It drags him down inside of the 40, but not before it's a gain on the play of 25 yards to the 40-yard line. 88 yards for Samuel Roberts as the ambulance lights flashing on the far side as they're backing up. This could be to take away the injured Bears, or it's either that or it's an ambulance call for them to go out and run. As another play, last one, we'll see Carlson taking the ball straight up to the 35-yard line. It's a 5-yard gain with 20 seconds to go. It doesn't look like the Bears have any interest in running another play as the coach is signaling them towards the sideline, and that will do it for the first half of play. The Soda Springs Cardinals down 42-0 as we head to the second half. Your halftime show being brought to you by Sanders Furniture on the other side of this break, and we will be bringing you halftime numbers as well as a look at a standout student, as Briley Bergholm will be joining us here at halftime. 15 minutes to go in halftime till the resumption of play. Back after this with more on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Sports is being brought to you by Arctic Circle. After the game, be sure to grab dessert at Arctic Circle, where they have above-the-rim shakes and malts, as well as the best soft serve cones in town.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever. And to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us. And the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out once again to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals as the Cardettes out on the field. A small dance group this time of year, but they are having their opportunity to perform in front of the home fans here tonight. The Cardinals football team not having a very pleasant evening as they have only been able to gain 3 yards of total offense on the night as they trail this one 42-0 at the half. Our scoring summary starts off right from the opening kickoff for the Bear Lake Bears as it was Caden Romrell taking it 90 yards all the way down the field to give them a 7-0 lead. The next score would come at 5 minutes and 39 to go, an 18-yard touchdown run by Samuel Roberts to make it 14-0. 15-yard touchdown run would come at 11:13 to go. That would be made by Mason Garbett for his first touchdown of the night. He's got 2 of them now. A 5-yard touchdown run would follow by DeClark, and then another touchdown run by Samuel Roberts would come with 7:22 to go to make it 35-0. And at 4 minutes and 43 seconds to go, a 55-yard punt return by Mason Garbett would put it to a 42-0 score, and we will have a running clock for the remainder of this game. 42-0 after 6 offensive touchdowns, 4 of them offensive, 2 of them by the special teams units for the for the Bear Lake Bears against the Soda Springs Cardinals. Offensively for the Bears, they have been led by Samuel Roberts. He's got 7 carries for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns. Mason Garbett's carried it 4 times for 54 yards and a touchdown. DeClark's carried it twice for 10 yards and a touchdown. 2 carries as well for Carlson as Avery's carried it for 15 yards. 2 carries on the night for Romrell for 2, and 1 carry on the night as well for McKay Alleman for 2 yards. Bear Lake has definitely been the dominating team in this game so far. They have also completed a pass. Avery Carlson 1 for 1 for 30 yards. That pass was completed to Caden Romrell, who has that 30-yard reception as well. 2 penalties for the Bears for 22 yards on the night as well. On the other side for the Soda Springs Cardinals, as I said, it hasn't been pretty. They've only been able to muster 3 total yards of offense. 5 total yards of offense. I was reading my notes wrong. 3 for 7 for 9 yards is Logan Mumford. He has an interception as well that was returned all the way to the 15-yard line. Running-wise, Andrew Stewart's rushed 6 times for 12 yards. Logan Mumford's 9 times for minus 10 yards. And 1 carry on the night as well for Thomas Nielsen for minus 6 yards in the game. 3 receptions in the game, 1 of those to Mason Smith for 7 yards, and 2 to Andrew Stewart for minus 2 yards in the game. Cardinals, as I said, 5 yards of total offense, and I did not tally up the total yards for the Bear Lake Bears quite yet, but they are over 200 yards in the game. It's been all Bear Lake so far. Cardinals still have the second half to try and find some answer back, and we will, at this point in time, jump into a chance to talk about some of the bright spots in the academics at Soda Springs High School as one of our standout students joins us now. Junior Briley Bergholm will sit down with us on our halftime show brought to you by Sanders Furniture in Soda Springs, where they carry Amana, Maytag, Speed Queen, and all the major brands of appliances, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Come to Sanders in Soda Springs, where they can make your house a home.
Caleb Bergraff joined here with our standout student from Soda Springs High School, Briley Bergholm. And Briley, you're a junior in the school right now. What's the junior year been like for you?
It's been tough, but it's been one of my favorite years so far. I'm enjoying it.
Is it nice to be able to kind of see the light at the end of the tunnel now after almost 11 years of high school or 11 years of school?
Yeah, I'm excited to get out of here.
What are some of the classes that you're taking this year, and what are some of the ones of those that you enjoy going to?
Chemistry and algebra too are the ones that stick out to me, and chemistry is one of my favorites. I like learning about that stuff, but it's challenging.
Do you like some of the classes that challenge you to think and get you opportunities to do some hands-on stuff?
Yeah, I like learning new stuff as long as it's not too hard.
Now, chemistry also kind of applies to what you want to do in the future as a nurse. Is there something about the sciences that just draws you in a little bit because of that?
Both my aunts are nurses, so it's just been part of my family, and I've wanted to carry it on and be a nurse.
Like I said, chemistry definitely can help out with that. What about teachers at the school? Are there any teachers that you've really enjoyed taking classes from here?
The one that sticks out to me is Jensen, because I just learn a lot from his class and take a lot from him, and he's one of my favorites.
What makes a good teacher to you? If you walk into a classroom and you want to get a good learning environment, you want to have fun in that classroom, what do you look for from a teacher?
Probably connecting with the students more than anything, and just having fun.
What's a typical day at Soda Springs High School like for you? What do you keep yourself busy with during the day that's aside from just the general classes?
Friends make high school fun.
Looking at stuff outside of school, you said that you work at a daycare here in Soda Springs. What is it like to keep yourself busy like that? And do you ever think about doing any groups or any clubs or sports here at this high school?
I don't really think about doing any clubs or groups or anything, but working at a daycare is enough for me during the school year. It's pretty challenging, but it's fun. I like working with kids.
What about next year? What are you looking forward to next year? And are you excited for that senior year to show up?
Not very excited, but I am excited to get out of here.
Have you given any thought to what your senior project might be, or any idea at all what you might want to do for that?
I'm not sure yet, but I think I might want to go and shadow a job at the hospital maybe, to just get a feel around.
I've known a couple other kids that have done that, and it's a good way, especially with going into the nursing field, to figure out what you like about it and what parts you want to get into. A couple more questions for you. The first one is, as an upperclassman, what's some advice that you would give to some of the younger kids here at this high school in order to try and get through their classes as freshmen and sophomores?
Definitely don't procrastinate. Learn that the hard way. And walk on the right side of the hall.
Two good pieces of advice, and we'll wrap it up. What's the best thing about being a Cardinal? What's something that you really, truly enjoy about coming to Soda Springs High School?
I really like how dedicated the fans are and how we're just like a family. I like it.
It's nice to go to a small school sometimes. Thank you so much for taking the time to talk.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Thanks again to junior Briley Bergholm for joining us here on our halftime show. We have about 5 minutes and 30 seconds to go here at the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals at Archer Field in halftime. Before we start the second half of play, we hope that you will join us for that second half as the Cardinals look to try and come back against the Bear Lake Bears, down 42-0. Back after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This broadcast of high school sports is being made possible by the Mound Valley Cattle Company in Thatcher, Idaho, serving Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. K-Slot fever has taken over Lalaton's in Soda Springs for October 6th through the 12th. Right now, you can swing in and grab yourself a case of 24 cans of Western Family vegetables or beans for $12. A case of 24 boxes of macaroni and cheese is $6.96. Select varieties of Western Family 64-ounce juices are $8 for $12. And a 6-pack of Western Family 64-ounce creamy or chunky peanut butter is just $38.94. Those are just some of your K-Slot specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Imagine a mining company who nurtures butterflies. At Monsanto, we plant wildflower seeds on recently mined land. The flowers support a thriving butterfly population, which then feeds small birds, who are in turn hunted by eagles and hawks. By paying attention to nature's detail, Monsanto sustains a broader ecosystem. That's one reason why 6 federal and state agencies have honored us with their highest award for excellence in annual operations. Monsanto. Imagine.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Score sitting at 42-0 as we prepare for the second half of action between the Bear Lake Bears and the Soda Springs Cardinals. Running clock will be initiated at the start of this third quarter of play, which means that unless it is a touchdown or unless a timeout is called by either team, that clock will continue on marching and continue on making its way towards zero, as the Bear Lake Bears have definitely earned that running clock here tonight, as they have been in total control of this matchup so far against the Soda Springs Cardinals. 42-0 they lead. We did get a score update from Grace as they are taking on Glens Ferry. That is 40-12 at the half. And we will try and bring you more updates from that game. And it is not 40-12 in favor of Grace. It is 40-12 Glens Ferry on top of the Grace Grizzlies. As the Grizzlies, a lot of work left to do to try and avoid their third loss of the season to the Pilots of Glen Ferry on the road. Of course, next week we are most likely going to be heading with the Grace Grizzlies to Valley when they take on the Vikings on the road. So we hope you will join us for that broadcast as the Grace Grizzlies will continue to try and make their way into the postseason. North Gem is on the road today at Dietrich. We do not have any scores yet, but hopefully before this game is over, we will have another score update from that game for you. 1 minute and 17 seconds left to go here in the halftime break before the two sides make their way out onto the field. Did have a couple of notes I wanted to get to you, as starting off with cross country, the Soda Springs boys took third at the Bob Conley Invitational. They were 23 points behind district rival Westside. That's going to be a good matchup to see who is going to be taking home the district crown on the boys' side, and at state as well, as those are two of the best teams in the state still. Riley Simmons took fourth in that meet with a time of 16 minutes and 42 seconds. Joseph Messerly took 17th, 17 minutes and 16 seconds. Kate Ariano, one of his best runs of the year, was just behind him with 17 minutes and 19 seconds. The Soda girls took first place. They were 55 points ahead of their next closest competitor. That was Sugar Salem. They are looked to be cruising to a state title this year as long as they don't take their foot off of the gas, as Kate White, Becca Lau, and Danny Smith finished 6th, 7th, and 8th at the Bob Conley. 19 minutes and 44 was the time Kate White ran. Kat McCullough and Alexa White, normally the two leaders on the team, ended up taking 12th and 13th with a time of 19:59 and 20:04. All seven of the Lady Cardinals finished in 27th or higher at the Bob Conley in meet number 2, or in the B pool of that race. Bear Lake set to kick things off here in the start of the second half of play. 42-0. It'll again be Samuel Roberts to do the kicking to the Cardinals, as they will get the ball to start things off. Officials making their way over to the field as they were over by the cars and staying warm, I would assume. It is a very cold night here at the home of Soda Springs at Archer Field, as right now the temperature at Archer Field has dropped down below 35 degrees and is, in fact, it's actually warmer than that. It's 49 degrees out here, although it does not feel like 49 degrees. It is frigid, as I do not believe it's 49, but right now my phone And the weather app on my phone, which normally is very accurate, has been accurate throughout the year, says 49 degrees here at Soda Springs High School. I think it might be off by about 20 degrees, though, as it is chilly and a cool, calm night and a perfect black sky overhead, pitch black, with a half moon slivered up in the sky just over the 20-yard line across the field from us here. It's a gorgeous night to be outside, but for the Soda Springs Cardinals, it has not been a gorgeous night on the scoreboard. 42-0. The score sits on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Another Jake Rainey massage kickoff coming up as Samuel Roberts will send one lining to the 5-yard line. On the fly, it's picked up by Morrison. He's going to move over to his right. Good blocking in front of him, and he steps up to the 30-yard line. That is a return on the play of 25 yards, and maybe that can be what the Cardinals need to get some life going into their bones. That kickoff, again, brought to you by Jake Rainey, where right now you can get a $15 off a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy simply by mentioning that you heard this ad during this broadcast. Call Jake at 435-703-0195 and begin feeling better today. Cardinals in the huddle with the clock running already. As I said, it will be running clock for the remainder of this game, and most likely it will be Bear Lake Bears probably putting in some of their backups as Mumford will take the ball, steps over his lineman as everybody fell into a giant cluster at the front of it. And right now, Hunter Bybee comes up holding his hands out. I think he says there was a holding call that should have been whistled, but it will go as just a 1-yard carry for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Again, they only were able to get 5 total yards of offense in that first half of play. 10:43 and counting. Again, that clock will just continue to wind its way down as the Cardinals take on the Bears here on their own home field, looking to try and at least get a touchdown onto the board. They have to take on Aberdeen next week in Aberdeen's senior night. As Mumford in that shotgun takes a snap, drops back, rolls to his right, throws one short right into the hands of one of the Bear defenders who is standing at the 35-yard lines. That is picked off by McKay Alleman, his second interception of the night. I believe he was trying to get the ball to Kyle Dursteller, who was doing a little bit of a post route, a 5 and in, and could not turn around in time to see the ball coming towards him, and stepping right in the way was Alleman. And it will be Bear Lake football at the 26-yard line with 1st and 10 to go. Bear Lake will come up, white uniforms, gray shoulder sleeves, gray pants, Bears written on one side, blue striping, claw marks on the left side, blue numbers outlined in white with a blue streak around that as they'll hand it right up the middle, and going nowhere is Samuel Roberts. Absolutely stuffed in the middle for maybe a half yard on the play. As Hunter Bybee able to come away with the tackle for the Soda Springs Cardinals. And right now, if you're Soda Springs, you've been embarrassed in that first half. There's no denying that you have been embarrassed. So now you need to come out and you need to say, this is our field. We are not going to go down without a fight. And that is a first play that shows that on the defensive side, as they'll hand it off to the right side of the play. Taking it this time is DeClark. He's got a first down, and all that momentum goes nowhere after that, as that's a 10-yard carry by DeClark. He's another one of those juniors. We were talking in the pregame show with Coach Messerly, and he was saying that he's got 2 juniors coming up right on the heels of these 2 seniors in Garbett and Roberts that have been pushing them so far. And he's going to be gradually getting them more carries as the season's gone on. So we'll see a higher dose of DeClark in this matchup here in the second half of play, you would assume, as well as Shea. As the ball will be faked around, Carlson moves around on an open boot, flips it to Roberts, and he ends up taking it into the end zone and being met and leveled with a block that freed it to the end zone is Hayden Peterson. Taylor Adams blown up. It goes on the play for a 15-yard pass completion for Carlson. He is 2 for 2 on the night, and it is 48-0 with an extra point pending after the touchdown for Roberts, who gets his first receiving touchdown of the night to give him 3 on the evening. Bissinger out to attempt another extra point, brought to you by Bear Lake Drug. This one up and blocked. No good. I didn't see who got the hand on it, and actually sprinting off the field, it looks to be Thomas Nielsen, who's the first to the sideline celebrating, and the Cardinals will keep the 7 points off the board, making it only 6. 48-0. Clock stopped at 8 minutes and 16 to go. We'll take a break. Back after this with more from quarter number 3 on KBRV 800 The Bear.
K-Slot fever has taken over Lalaton's in Soda Springs for October 6th through the 12th. Right now, you can swing in and grab yourself a case of 24 cans of Western Family vegetables or beans for $12. A case of 24 boxes of macaroni and cheese is $6.96. Select varieties of Western Family 64-ounce juices are $8 for $12. And a 6-pack of Western Family 64-ounce creamy or chunky peanut butter is just $38.94. Those are just some of your K-Slot specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
Welcome back out to the home of the Cardinals. Another Jake Rainey kickoff coming up, brought to you by Jake Rainey Massage in Soda Springs, where right now you can head by, grab yourself $15 off a 50-minute massage. This kick end over end from Sam Roberts, picked up on the play by Justin Morrison, flips it back to Stewart, who is left all alone. Nobody fooled on the Bear Lake Bears sideline or in the field of play either. And with the clock running once again, the Cardinals will take over at the 15-yard line. A valiant effort by the Cardinals to try something tricky to get themselves some momentum, but it goes nowhere. And it makes it a 48-0 score with the Cardinals with the ball and 7 minutes and 49 seconds and counting on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard as Mumford again brings his body out to the field of play. Cardinals, you hate to say it, but have been thoroughly dominated by the Bear Lake Bears so far tonight. 6 total yards of offense for the Cardinals, almost 250 for the Bears. It'll be a handoff to Stewart to the right side. Andrew Stewart gets some room, tripped up at the last moment, though. I believe Mason Garbett, the man making the tackle, as he trips up Stewart a yard shy of the first down. It's a 9-yard carry, his second longest of the game, and it gives him 21 yards on the night on 7 carries, averaging 3 yards a carry. He's been one of the other bright spots for the Cardinals so far this year. We talked about Justin Morrison and his punting game and his special teams game, but Andrew Stewart in the rushing game has been the backbone of this Cardinals team. 2nd down and 1, snap to Mumford, goes straight up the gut, and he is wrapped up immediately on the play from the defensive line. Breaking through and making the play is Jordan Lund. And that will keep it at 2nd down and 1. As Morrison goes nowhere, he still carried the ball 11 times for -9 yards. 6 minutes and 30 seconds to go. Clock continues to wind here. 3rd down and 1. Cardinals come up to the line of scrimmage with 1 yard to go to get the ball to the 25-yard line. Mumford in the shotgun, and a false start will march them backwards even further. 2nd penalty of the game. For the Cardinals, they have 10 total penalty yards, and that will push them back to a 3rd down and 6 to go from the 19-yard line. Far side hash mark is where the ball is set. Cardinals split out 2 wide receivers, left and right on the formation. Shuffling around as they'll bring a blitz from the near side. Wide open. The hit's going to be laid down on Mumford, and it's a screenplay that works for 4 yards, but Mason Garbett sniffs it out and takes down Stewart after the 4-yard gain on the screen pass over the middle. And Stewart is going to come up short of the 1st down. 13 passing yards on the game so far for the Cardinals on 4 of 9 passing attempts. 5 minutes and 23 seconds to go. 4th down and 1. We'll see if the Cardinals go for it or decide to punt the ball away here. And Morrison is going to stand back at about the 13-yard line to punt this one away. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line as Shaw and Romrell will go back to return the punt. And the Cardinals' hard count is going to get the Bears moving. And that will march the Cardinals back to a 1st down as they'll have 1st down and 10 from the 29-yard line. First down on a smart play. Clock continues to wind with under 5 minutes to go. 48-0. The Bears on top of the Cardinals. As Case Griffiths will check out. Morrison back into the game for the Cardinals. And we'll see what their offense decides to do here. They've been using the run quite a bit so far today. Trying to go up the gut against a 3-3-5 defense that's looking to bring heat once again. All 6 come. It'll be a pass to the far side off of the fingertips of Justin Morrison for an incomplete pass, and it brings up a 2nd down and 10. Bear Lake has just been pinning their ears back all game long. They have not once brought less than 5 up the middle to the Cardinals, and that has been something that has not been good for the Soda Springs Cardinals. They have not taken advantage of it and have not found ways to get the ball into the middle of the field. Short slant routes, the only thing they've really tried to do are screen passes, and those have been sniffed out after 4 or 5 yards, which isn't bad, but could be better. Mumford, stacked formation, will hand this one off. Stewart picks his way through. He's got a hole, and he picks his way ahead to the 35-yard line for a gain of 6. Andrew Stewart continues to show bright spots as this young man carries it to a 3rd down and 4 coming up from the 35-yard line. Cardinals need to get the ball to the 39. 3 minutes and 28 seconds to go here as the clock continues to wind down. And the Cardinals will break the huddle and come up to the line of scrimmage once again. 7 down linemen, Stewart behind him, Nielsen tucked in behind the tackle. Blitz shown by the Bears. They bring everybody. 4 in the backfield immediately, and Stewart lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage. And that will bring up 3rd down and 4.
Immediately met by number 23, McKay Alleman.
McKay Alleman, the first man to get there on the tackle, brings up 4th down and 4. And again, Morrison will be out to punt this ball away, as the Cardinals offense got a gift from the Bears, couldn't do anything with it. And with 2 minutes and 42 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter of play, clock continuing to wind down, they will be punting the ball away. Your 4th quarter coming up, being brought to you by Bear Lake Drug, as they have everything you need to get better quick and carry durable medical equipment for purchase or rent. Casey and his staff take the time to understand all your health needs. That's Bear Lake Drug in Montpelier. You can call them at 208-847-1421. The punt is up, spiraling, wobbly kick that is caught and down at the 34-yard line is Trey Shaw. The punt itself ends up being a shorter punt of only 30 yards for Morrison. That's his shortest of the night so far, but there was no return, so the high punt will put the Bears back in their own territory at the 35. Clock continues to run. Running clock initiated. The new ruling over by the IHSAA that brought some disapproval from the 5A, 4A, and 3A ranks, but in 2A, this was the reason why they started it. It used to be that if this score had been 42-0 at the half last year, the running clock would still not have been started. But now they changed it to where if it's a 40-point lead at halftime, it will continue to run, and it's just for this reason when you have a team like this that is getting blown out. And a false start by the Bear Lake Bears will march them back 5 yards. And on the jump, it looks like, I believe, it ended up being number 54, Court Johnson, who jumped across the line of scrimmage.
1st down and 15.
And that will be 5 yards back. 4 penalties now on the Bears for 32 yards. The Cardinals have been winning in that variety of this game as they have only committed 2 penalties. Clock at 1 minute and 13 left to go, counting, as the Bears will come up in a little bit more of a spread formation, interesting formation, as Carlson will be in the shotgun, fakes the handoff one side, goes to the Clark to the left. He's got a big hole, good, blocks downfield, will spring him for a gain on the play of 14 yards, just a yard shy of the 1st down. He's got 34 yards on the night now, and the massive offensive night for the Bear Lake Bears continues with 2nd down and 1 upcoming. Cardinals again given gifts by the Bears, but just have done absolutely nothing with them. 34 seconds and counting. The clock continues to wind its way towards 0 as the Bears will make their way to the line of scrimmage with 6 down linemen. Carlson under center to the near side. a lone wide receiver as the ball will be handed off to DeClark once again, trying to get to the first down marker. He's going to be stopped short. No gain, maybe a half yard on the play, but this Cardinals defense stuffs DeClark at the line. And several Cardinals, brought by Jacob Housley, or led by Jacob Housley, stuff the Bears at the line of scrimmage, and that will bring us to the end of the third quarter. We head to the fourth, 48-0. The Cardinals trailing the Bear Lake Bears on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Back after this with your fourth quarter on your home for Cardinal Athletics. KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
This presentation of Caribou County Athletics is being brought to you by State Farm Insurance of Montpelier, Idaho. State Farm is here to help life go right. Call Scott at 208-847-0141 for personal service.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
First carry of the fourth quarter of play sees DeClark met and stopped short of the first down. It'll be 4th down and 1. And we'll see if the Bears decide to go for it here with the ball at the 45-yard line, just about 6 inches shy. And it looks like their offensive members of their team are still coming out onto the field with 11 minutes and 21 seconds left to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. And the score at 48-0 as the Bears hoping to continue to pitch this shutout to the Soda Springs Cardinals, and they will go for it as they bring up the offense. Carlson under center as Avery gets the Cardinals to jump, and then the defense jumps afterwards. That'll be a false start on the Bears. It looks like Nathan Loud jumped initially, but he got back across the line of scrimmage, never actually crossed the line of scrimmage, and a 5-yard penalty on the Bears will move them back to 4th down and 6. So the Bears will punt the ball away as Sam Roberts will go back out. Stands at about the 27-yard line. It'll be Andrew Stewart in charge of trying to return this kick as he stands at about the 20-yard line of the Soda Springs Cardinals on their side of the field. Good snap. Roberts kicks this one end over end. It'll bounce and rolls up to the 30, to the 26-yard line, where it will roll to a stop, and that's where the Cardinals will take over. 10 minutes and 20 seconds to go. And with a 1st and 10 coming up for the Cardinals, they'll try to take the shutout away from the Bears. That's at least the one bright spot you can try and go for if you're the Soda Springs Cardinals right now, is to keep that shutout from going on to your record. And a team that, for Soda Springs, in the last 7 years, Bear Lake has only shut them out once. That was a 41-0 loss in 2014. Mumford takes the snap, high snap, fakes the handoff. No one there for the fake, though. Nielsen immediately met by a pair of Bears 3 yards back of the line of scrimmage. The first one coming up off of him is Kyle Matson. And Nielsen, losing 3 yards, has carried the ball twice for -9 yards. 9 minutes and 25 seconds to go.
Loss of 3 on the play. 2nd down and 13.
And with the loss of 3, it brings up 2nd down and 13. 9 minutes and 13 seconds and counting. Just be sure to stick around for our post-game show after this Bear Lake Drug fourth quarter of play. So bringing you all the stats and a recap of this game, as well as any scores that we get from around the area. Mumford passes it to Morris on the near side. He goes backwards as well. Immediately met this time. It's by Trey Shaw. A loss of 2 on the passing play. And the Cardinals offense continues to move backwards on Morrison's first reception of the game. With 8 minutes and 39 to go, it's a loss that makes it a 3rd down and 14 officially on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 48-0. And the Cardinals will again bring their team to the line of scrimmage. 2 wideouts to the right. That's Kyle Dursteller and Justin Morrison. Mumford in the shotgun with 2 beside him. Snap's a good one. Flag comes out. That's going to be a false start on the near side on Kyle Dursteller, and that will move the Cardinals back 5 more yards. 3rd penalty, 15 yards in penalties on the night for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Kyle Dursteller flinched at the line of scrimmage, and it gives them a 3rd and 19 now to go. Soda Springs with only 20 total yards of offense so far, negative 15 in penalties, so 5 total yards that they've been able to move the ball down the field so far with 7:44 to go. Mumford takes the snap, drops back, pressure immediately, throw goes to Stewart, snaps it out of the air. He's got room in front of him. Bears want a block in the back. Stewart's got plenty of room in front of him. He busts it down the sideline for an 79-yard touchdown run, and the Soda Springs Cardinals strike onto the scoreboard with their first touchdown of the game, and they will take that 0 off of the scoreboard.
Goes in for the touchdown.
And on the longest play from scrimmage for either team tonight, on an 80-yard touchdown pass officially, the Soda Springs Cardinals will get onto the scoreboard. It's a bright spot in what has been an overall disappointment of a night. But Andrew Stewart again continues to carry this team whenever he touches the ball. At least once he does something dazzling each night. With 7 minutes and 22 seconds to go, Cardinals will kick the point after. Morgan Steele on senior night will try and have his senior night moment as he will attempt the PAT. Of course, he could not play football this year after getting the concussion last year. And the snap, good, hold good, kick up, and it is over the crossbars and good. 7-48, the Cardinals strike the scoreboard, and we will take a break. Coming back in your Bear Lake Drug 4th quarter, it's 48-7, Cardinals down by 41, but onto the board on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
The Cardinals may not have struck first, but they could strike last as they take the ball down the field, still trailing 48-7 though on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard here in the 4th quarter of play. Despite the running clock, Andrew Stewart says he was not done, and he was not done on his senior night as he gets the Soda Springs Cardinals onto the scoreboard. And he has been one of the kids on this team that has really impressed me, always positive out there on the field and always trying. He's definitely one of the life sparks of this team in what they try and do on the football field. So big props to him on senior night with getting that touchdown. As the Cardinals cheerleaders do their push-ups on the far sideline, it'll be Morrison to try the onside kick. Lofts one into the air. It'll be pulled in and dropping down with the ball is Chevin Anderson, the senior, able to keep it in possession of the Bear Lake Bears at the 46-yard line. They will take over with 7 minutes and change to go here in the 4th quarter of play. 48-7 on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. That kickoff brought to you by Jake Rainey at Jake Rainey Massage, or of Rainy Day Massage, where right now you can get the $15 discount on a 50-minute massage that includes steaming stones therapy simply by mentioning that you heard this ad during our local sports broadcast. Give a call to Jake at 435-703-0195. Bear Lake with Avery Carlson still in the game will come out in the shotgun. 2 wideouts to the left, or 2 receivers to the left, and they will fake the handoff to the right, go to the left with DeClark. He's got great blocking in front of him, picks his way up the field, and is going to be hit and skips through a tackle before Taylor Adams finally gets him down. Connor Torman got the initial hit on the play. The ball goes all the way up to the 32-yard line, and it goes as a 22-yard run for DeClark. 56 yards on the night for DeClark on 7 carries. 6:04 to go. Clock continues to wind as Bear Lake can take their dear sweet time getting up to the line of scrimmage, and Carlson will go under center. 2 wideouts or 2 backs behind him. 1 wideout split to the left. It'll be DeClark again going up the gut, straight up the middle, as he is going to get a gain of 4 yards on the play. And this is where, if you're the Bears, you just go straight to that play over and over again. At least that's what I would do if I was the head coach. Keep people from getting hurt. Just grind it out and take those final 5 minutes and 27 seconds off of the clock with a good solid running game to close this one out and get yourselves back home healthy. Carlson again comes up to the line of scrimmage. Under center he goes. He'll hand this one off again, and same exact play as I said, this time carrying the ball and rumbling forward is Stetson Keach for his first carry. And he is going to gain about 4 yards on the play as well on his first offensive touch. Cardinals will go to Aberdeen next week, as that'll be their final game of the season, and with a loss here, they are officially eliminated from playoff contention. So they'll be playing for pride and for an opportunity to knock off the Aberdeen Tigers. Another snap from Carlson. Handoff again to Keach. Steps through, and he's got a hole up the field before finally being taken down by Justin Morrison inside the 10-yard line, though, as that is going to end up being a gain of 15 for Keach. The Cardinals offense just not putting any stoppage against him on that run. He's got 19 yards, and with 4 minutes and 19 seconds left to go, Bear Lake on the verge of getting it into the end zone. Cardinals have to pin their ears back here. Again, this is a matter of your home field and defending it against a rival. You cannot give up at this late in the play and let another touchdown go onto the board this late. Carlson in the shotgun. Snap goes through his legs. He'll drop onto the ball, and he is going to lose 5 yards on the play on the botched snap. First botched snap. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 14-yard line. So a 14-yard stretch to try and get into the end zone. 3 minutes and 36 seconds left to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. Still a solid amount of Cardinal fans on the far sideline trying to support their team. Bear Lake fans to our right and left starting to make their way towards the exits as people start to make their way home. Final snap to Carlson. This one will be taken by Keach. He goes forward again. This time will be stopped after a gain of about 4 and gets it to about the 10-yard line for a 3rd down and about 10 to go on 3rd down and goal, as they'll put the nose of the football at the 10-yard line. Keach taking the majority of the carries now. 2 minutes and 54 seconds as the clock continues to wind its way down. A lot of hope went into this year's football season for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Unfortunately, things did not pan out. Injuries early hurt them. As Carlson again comes up under the line of scrimmage, and he'll fake the handoff, keeps this one himself, rolls out, passing play here on 3rd and goal from the 10. He's got a man wide open and pulling this one in the end zone. I believe the jersey is Caden Romrell, who takes that one in, and Romrell gets himself his 2nd reception of the game. First touchdown receiving of the game for Romrell. And the 4th quarter will add to the scoring total of the Bear Lake Bears with 2:28 to go. They make it a 54-7 score over the Soda Springs Cardinals. Romrell will give way to Bissinger to try and kick this PAT in. Hold good, snap good, kick good. And it is a 55-7 score. We'll take one more break, come back. The final kickoff for this one coming up. The PAT brought to you by Bear Lake Drug and your Bear Lake Drug 4th quarter. Back after this with quarter number 4 on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Students, when I call the reason for your absences throughout the years, please exit the auditorium without your high school diploma. too tired. Family trip. Sick day. Starting the holidays early.
Starting in the 6th grade, students who miss 18 days or more of school in a year for any reason will fall behind and risk not graduating high school. How many days of school has your child missed this year? Absences add up. Keep track at boostattendance.org. Brought to you by the U.S. Army and the Ad Council.
A 10-yard touchdown pass makes it 55-7 on a 3rd down and goal from the 10 for the Bears. With 2 minutes and 28 seconds left to go on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard. This loss, 1 point worse than the loss last year, which was 54-7 to the same Bear Lake team. Under Coach Ryan Messerly both times, as the ball end over end will be kicked to the 20-yard line, bounces to the feet of Stewart, who picks it up, picks his way forward, and goes to the 26. And the clock will continue to make its way down. Cardinals will most likely have the last offensive possession of the play here, or of the game here, to try and make their way down. Again, stick around for our post-game show after this, as we'll build on the stats from the halftime show brought to you by Sanders Furniture, where they carry Amana Maytag, Speed Queen, and all the major brands of appliances, as well as Lazy Boy Furniture. Be sure to get to Sanders Furniture in Soda Springs, where they can help make your house a home. 1 minute and 51 seconds to go in this 4th quarter and counting as the clock winds down. A couple of plays coming up for the Soda Springs Cardinals. Some of their younger kids out there, as Torman remains in the game as a wide out, split well out to the right side on the far hash mark. It'll be a handoff to Stewart. He tries to get to the edge, tries to turn on the Jets, but great pursuit by the Bears are going to knock him down for a loss. And Stewart will lose a yard on the play with 1 minute and 25 now. Maybe 2 more plays left in this night for the Cardinals. Trey Shaw gets the tackle for no gain officially on the scoreboard, but about a loss of a half yard on the play for the Cardinals. With 1 minute and 7 seconds and counting left to go, Cardinals will again break the timeout huddle, or break the huddle, and come out to the line of scrimmage. They'll split one wide out to the far side. It's Mason Smith, the near side Kyle Dursteller, and Torman. It'll be a snap this time given off to Nielsen, and he is bullied down to the ground immediately. Coming up on the play after manhandling the Cardinals sophomore is John Martin Farmer. And he sowed his potatoes there, dropping down Nielsen over a 5-yard loss. And at 31 seconds to go, the Cardinals have an opportunity to run one more play with 3rd down and 14 to go. And we'll see if they try and just hurl one down the field and try and get something desperate on this final play. 16 seconds to go. Cardinals come up to the line of scrimmage, standing and waiting. Nobody in any hurry right now to get a play going. And that looks like it'll do it. The Cardinals fall in this game 55-7, your final score. And we will take a break, come back with your post-game show after this on KBRV 800 The Bear and online with live video streaming at mylocalradio.com.
Get it to go at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace, Idaho. From pizza to potato wedges, from burritos to the jalapeno flavored corn dogs, from candy, clothing, car accessories, and fountain drinks, convenience is fun. And Patterson Quick Stop and Patterson Easy Way help to fill your needs conveniently. They have something for everyone: food, fuel, and fun at Patterson Quick Stop in Soda Springs and Patterson Easy Way in Grace. Right here, right now.
When the time comes, you'll want true compassion balanced with clinical care for your mom or dad, grandma, or grandpa. Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs provides a warm, caring, and secure environment for individuals who need medication assistance, healthy meals, and assistance with daily activities. You can help by introducing them to our Assisted Living Center. Come on in for a tour and consultation. Find out about our monthly move-in specials and respite visits. Furnished suites are available. Call 208-547-0257. The Edgewood Assisted Living Center in Soda Springs, Idaho, a place to call home.
Hi, I'm Todd Hunziker. Most dealers focus on the experience you have just a few moments that you're in their store. At Hunziker Ford, we want to keep you happy forever, and to prove it, we offer warranty forever at no cost to you. So here's the deal. All you have to do is follow the maintenance schedule on virtually anything you buy from us, and the expensive powertrain components are covered forever. That's Todd Hunziker Ford, just east of Lava Hot Springs on Highway 30. It's just that simple.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
K-Slot fever has taken over Lalaton's in Soda Springs for October 6th through the 12th. Right now, you can swing in and grab yourself a case of 24 cans of Western Family vegetables or beans for $12. A case of 24 boxes of macaroni and cheese is $6.96. Select varieties of Western Family 64-ounce juices are $8 for $12. And a 6-pack of Western Family 64-ounce creamy or chunky peanut butter is just $38.94. Those are just some of your K-Slot specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
If you're looking for live local sports, local news, weather, live classifieds, and free photo downloads, search no more. MyLocalRadio.com has what you want. Watch your teams live or browse the tens of thousands of photographs of Wyoming, Utah, and Idaho high school events, from speech and drama competitions, rodeo, an array of different athletics, activities, community events, and so much more. Visit MyLocalRadio.com today and find what you're looking for.
Welcome back out to the home of the Soda Springs Cardinals. We have a score update for you for District 5 at the 2A level. The Aberdeen Tigers trailing the West Side Pirates 14-3. The last score update we had was the fourth quarter in that one. Thank you to the Bear Lake coaching staff for passing that one on to us. Here, your final score ends up being 55-7. Bear Lake comes away with the victory. Final stats for this one. On the night, Avery Carlson 3 for 3 for 55 yards and a pair of touchdowns on the game. 8 carries on the night for Sam Roberts for 89 yards and 2 scores. He also had 1 receiving touchdown and 15 yards through the air there. Caden Romero with 2 receptions. He ended up with 40 yards on the night and a touchdown as well. And that was on the last touchdown of the game, the last offensive play of the game for the Bear Lake Bears. DeClark ended up with 8 carries for 60 yards and a touchdown as well on the night. And Garbett ended up with 4 carries for 54 yards and a touchdown as well. 8 total touchdowns on the evening, 6 by the offense, 2 by special teams for the Bear Lake Bears, and they run roughshod over the Cardinals in this one. For the Soda Springs Cardinals, it was Logan Mumford going 6 for 12, 91 yards and a touchdown, as well as 2 interceptions in the game. Andrew Stewart, the main offensive target for the Soda Springs Cardinals, he ran 10 times for 26 yards, caught 4 passes for 86 yards as he gains 112 on the game and has the Cardinals' only touchdown. Logan Mumford ran 11 times for -9 yards. Thomas Nielsen ran 3 times for -14 yards. The Cardinals with 3 total offensive rushing yards in the game and 91 yards through the air for 94 yards in the game. That'll wrap things up for us in that. We're going to take one break quickly and give you your sports update on KBRV 800 The Bear. And when we come back, that will be a look at the Soda Springs girls cross country team, as they have had a great season so far. We'll talk with one of the varsity runners, Hope Yuskoski, joins us on the other side on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Imagine a mining company that respects the quality of the environment and health of natural ecosystems. At Monsanto, we don't begin mining unless we can ensure every safeguard is in place to respect the environment. And if they're not, then we don't mine. Simple as that. That's why we take steps before, during, and after mining to reach our goal of leaving the land even better than we found it. Monsanto. Imagine.
K-Slot fever has taken over Lalaton's in Soda Springs for October 6th through the 12th. Right now, you can swing in and grab yourself a case of 24 cans of Western Family vegetables or beans for $12. A case of 24 boxes of macaroni and cheese is $6.96. Select varieties of Western Family 64-ounce juices are $8 for $12. And a 6-pack of Western Family 64-ounce creamy or chunky peanut butter is just $38.94. $2.94. Those are just some of your case lot specials at Lalaton's in Soda Springs.
It's so pretty here.
Katie's away at college,
There's the library.
but she can still be close to her mom back home. Travis is working on a big report. High-speed internet puts a world of information at his fingertips. Silver Star Communications provides connections that help students learn and keep families close, even when they're miles apart. Get your family in touch and informed with high-speed internet from Silver Star Communications. Call today or visit silverstar.com.
Whether it's warm outside and you need an air conditioning system, or cold outside and you need a new natural gas furnace, Reed's Plumbing and Heating has what you need to keep your family comfortable, and there's never been a better time to convert to natural gas. With great service and expertise, Reed's is your all-weather friend in southeastern Idaho. Call us today, 208-547-4466, and we'll get right to work making your home comfortable and cozy. That's Reed's Plumbing and Heating at 208-547-4466. Natural gas, it's worth asking for.
Welcome back out to the post-game show. One final piece of business to get to. That's our sports update, as we had a chance to sit down and talk with Hope Uskoski from the Soda Springs Cardinals cross-country team. She joined us now on KBRV 800 The Bear and online at mylocalradio.com.
Caleb Bergraff joined here with Hope Uskoski from the Soda Springs cross-country team, and it's been a very interesting season this year for the girls cross-country team, a very competitive year so far for the girls cross-country team. What have been some of your thoughts now that the end of the season's coming up?
I think that we're going to do really well at state. We've been working really hard, and I think as a team, we're going to go kick some butt.
I know that as a team, group times were a little bit spread out at the beginning of the year, but now most of the girls finishing really within 10, 20 seconds of each other, and every single person on the team has been finishing in the top 25, top 30 of every race. How much confidence does that give you when you see not just yourself, but the rest of the team finishing high in races?
It gives me a lot of confidence just because I think once we reach that point, we know how good we can be, and we're going to show the rest of the world what we can do.
You have a lot of young freshmen on the team this year that have been running really well as the season's gone on. Are there any things that for you, that helps you with when you see that many young people pushing you?
It pushes me to do more than I think I can, because with them being something that I'm not used to, it's nice to have that little push that I wouldn't have gotten otherwise.
Have you taken any leadership roles on the team, or who are some of the girls that have leadership roles on the team this year?
I think we all kind of carry our own weight, but the people that usually are out there pushing us are probably Alexa and Kat.
Well, you guys ran over at Twin Falls, got to see some teams that you haven't gotten to run against this year. What was that like, and do you like going and seeing teams that are a different variety like you did up in Montana, or like what you get to see over at the Tiger Grizz?
It really does help because it's not just the same teams that we know we can beat over and over and over again. It's new people and new challenges and showing ourselves that we can do new things that we never thought we could before.
The courses towards the end of the year are going to get a little bit easier as well. You started off with a lot of very grueling courses, particularly the one here, the Tiger Grizz, not easy, up in Helena, Montana. It was a tough course as well. Do you like getting those out of the way early and really pushing yourselves at the beginning of the season?
Either way, we're really pushing ourselves, but when the times are going to get faster as we keep going through the season, I think it was nice to get them out of the way first.
Couple more questions for you, and the first one, the Bob Conley coming up this week. You're really going to get a taste of almost everybody that you're going to be running against in the district meet, and also Melba's going to be coming over, which is one of the teams that's going to be pushing you guys. What are you looking to do in this meet now that the season's really coming towards the end?
I think we're just looking for that last little bit of we know we can do it, and I think kind of getting a preview of what we're going to be seeing at state will be helpful, that if we need to push ourselves, then we can do that.
You have another 2 years. What are some goals that you set up for yourself this year to try and continue pushing and growing?
This year, at the beginning of the year, I wasn't really sure I was going to be making it on the varsity team, but now I think that I've pushed myself and other people have pushed me. I think that the next few years, I'm going to try to just keep being on varsity and maybe trying to go up a few spots.
Hope, I appreciate you taking the time to talk with us, and good luck as you get ready for the Bob Conley this week, and hopefully we'll be talking about the lady cross-country runners doing really well.
Alrighty, thank you.
Big thanks to Hope Uskoski for talking to us as the Bear Lake Bears come in, stomp all over the Cardinals. The Cardinals cross-country teams will be looking to try and return the favor in cross-country later on this year. That wraps things up again for us. We'll be back on air next week on Tuesday when we have the Grace Grizzlies taking on Rockland on the volleyball court. Then Soda Springs will travel to Bear Lake and Aberdeen next week as well on Wednesday and Thursday for a pair of volleyball matches. We'll have those on the air as well. I want to thank you for tuning into the Cardinals post-game show. The proceeding has been a sports production and sports broadcast of Old West Media Incorporated and Cook Brothers Broadcasting. No portion of this production can be used or rebroadcast without express written consent of Old West Media Incorporated. Our final score again on the Caribou Memorial Hospital scoreboard, 55-7. Bear Lake ups the ante by 1 from their final score last year when it was 54-7. Tonight's executive producer is Val Cook. I'd also like to thank Julie Burley and Kim Miller, as well as Warren Cook and Kayleen Anderson for all the help they do. Thanks to our fine sponsors and to you for tuning in. Until our next broadcast, let's go Cardinals. Let's go Caribou County.
Thank you for tuning in to this live broadcast of Caribou County football on KBRV 800 The Bear. This broadcast has been brought to you by
Monsanto, Hunsaker Ford, Silver Star Communications, and by MyLocalRadio.com.
For more local coverage, be sure to listen in to KBRV every day for updates, interviews, and more live coverage of local athletics. And don't forget to visit MyLocalRadio.com for archived versions of this game and other games as the season continues to roll along. Until the next time the boys of the county look to tame their own fields, goodbye and good night from KBRV 800 The Bear and MyLocalRadio.com.